Hello friends, neighbors, Johnny Whiskey Neighbor here. Welcome to All the Nook. It's Saturday and it's a YouTube challenge. Jeff from Jeff Whisky. I'll use the term because he slaps hard, slapped all of us YouTube creators, I think, with a challenge. Look, if you could only have one distillery for the rest of your life, what distillery would you choose? Now, for those of us on this journey, that is seriously impossible. I love the variety you see behind me. I love exploring, visiting new and upcoming and craft distilleries, but a challenge is a challenge. And Tim from Whisky Whereabouts challenged me. That's where I got it. At the end, I'll throw out a couple of names too to keep this going. I hope it's a lot of fun. So get ready, buckle up. I'm going to walk through some of my favorite distilleries, kind of why, and then I'm going to end with currently, and it is currently, if I could only have whiskey from one distillery, what would I choose? So pour something. 3, 4. As I said, it's a YouTube challenge. I actually haven't done one of these. Like, it's been like a year at least. We used to do these all the time, kind of in that old evolving YouTube. It's kind of fun to have one back, although they're always so hard to do. This one is, if you could only have whiskey from one distillery for the rest of your life, what would it be? And as I said, Tim from Whisky Whereabouts down south challenged me. Thanks, Tim. Go check him out, you guys. The person who started is Jeff from Jeff Whisky. Always hysterical to watch what you're doing, Jeff. So here are my thoughts. And I went back and watched the original challenge, and I'm not limited to Scotch. So I've got some different distilleries up here. We're going to see where it's going to go. I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to work across this way. So this is Ardbeg. You know, Ardbeg for me is one of my first loves. Maybe Lagavulin in 16 was my first, a little bit peaty Ashley love, but very quickly Ardbeg captured my heart, and specifically Ugadale. It's a monster. It's all the peat. It's a bruiser. It's sherried. I love it, and pretty much always have an Ardbeg on the shelf. But, you know, while they do some interesting variations around more sherry, less sherry, little different peats, that kind of stuff, I think after a while I might get a little tired of all of that peat. Then I was thinking, you know, Kilchoman, and I need to go out and get some more Kilchomans. They were one of the first, like, they're not exactly craft, but they kind of are. Like, they're smaller, they're distinctive. Matt from Whiskey on the West Coast, and I think you've been challenged already, so good on you, Matt. Really helped me understand Kilchoman a little more. He's been there, he's shot some stuff, and they are really doing a lot of interesting things and interesting work. And I've been enjoying Kilchoman for a really long time. And in my market, they actually, a lot of, I don't know, like single cask came up and whatever. So I felt like I've been exploring Kilchoman for many, many years. Whoa. And so, you know, this is a fantastic distillery, and one that I also believe is exploring casks, exploring different barleys on island. I think Kilchoman could be a distillery I could live with for a really long time. Not my pick. Next one, I watched a few of these, and it's funny, I feel a little bit late to this challenge because now I'm like, everybody's done this already. What was I watching? Because I do actually try to tune into just about all you guys on there, all the channels that I can. I really do. I scroll through and try to watch you guys because I hope you're watching me, and I feel like it's a conversation. Springbank. So many of the people already doing the challenge talk about Springbank. Now, do I love Springbank? You bet. I have had some really nice hazel burns as well, and some long grow, some of that wine aged or finished. Oh, key. Some of my favorite scotches, bar none, have been some unique long grows or the Springbank. And I think that also would resonate with so many people. A little bit funk, all that heart and character, lots of story. Campbelltown is such a unique, long history Scotch region. But not the one I'm picking. The one I'm picking is in this glass. And this is interesting. I've got sweetness and malt sugars, heavy fruits, chocolates, burnt nuts. Interesting. So coming over here, this you might be surprised to see up here. This is Edradour, Caledonia. And And this is like a darling. And when I get to Scotland, I have not been. I really hope I can make just this small distillery, because it captured, like, I think I really discovered a passion for sherry bombs or heavily sherried scotches when I, started drinking some Edradour. And their Belechin, I'm sure I said that wrong, their peated stuff is really tasty too. So, choosing a distillery like this, it's unique releases. There's tons of independent bottlings out there. So I know they've got different spirits I could get into. They've got peated, they've got non-peated, lots of good sherry. This actually got pretty high on my list, which you might be surprised picking such a small distillery. But it's a tasty distillery, and this I absolutely love. James just dropped in, and actually we did some exchanges, and then returned the cask strength. I think it was a 10-year of this one, and boy, that's a meaty dram. Really loved it. Better take a sip of this distillate. This one's a little young, sprightly and punchy. It's hot. Oh, but there I got a little bit of an interplay between like Brazil nuts, macadamia. Like, there's definitely some husk and nut, some roasted coffee in there. Wow, that's a very interesting dram. Then I thought, you know what? Let's be fair. I know I'm in a tough spot being a Canadian right now, but I've had a lot of excellent releases from different distilleries to the south, and Jim Beam is actually a favorite of mine. And this Booker's specifically has won my heart a while ago, because in my market I can get it, and it's not crazy expensive. I know it went just spiky high in so many states. But for me, Booker's is affordable, and for many years, I would always make sure I got all of the one-time releases I get here in Canada. I know in the States you guys get 4 of them. I'm super jealous of that, but I've always enjoyed, to different levels, different releases, different ages. They've got more nuts, less nuts, more caramels, more, spices, whatever's going on. They do change, but Booker's is a favorite of mine. And boy, Jim Beam, I think, is an excellent distillery and makes all kinds of whiskey that I really enjoy. And then I thought, you know what, I really should think Canadian. And obviously, if you've been a long-time viewer of the channel, I remember picking Palm Trees in a Tropical before it was picked by all the judges. That felt really good to me, because I'm like, this is a monster rye. And it was one whiskey of the year. What a rye. And this Realms of Rye series from Sons of Vancouver is just phenomenal. Brad came over for a visit this summer. We poured ourselves through too much whiskey. And one of them, when we really got into this, and we did this, and we did the second release, and we just, chewed on, like, what is different? They're both 100% rye. What are the flavors different? And it was outstanding. Like, I think if anyone is creating the single malt of single rye, it is Sons of Vancouver, and I can't say enough. Challenge is small shop, small bottle runs, tough for everyone to get. But this is certainly my first love when it comes to Canadian distilleries. So I've walked through a few of my favorite distilleries. I've walked through, like, what I've wanted to give you as highlights, because I think that's cool about this challenge. You get to hear from different YouTubers, different people that sip a lot of whiskey. What do they love? What are they drawn to? What do they like? And so these that I walked through easily could have been my distillery for life. They're not. Right now, this in my glass, I'm gonna have another sip. I will say it's captured my heart and my attention. And even a year ago, it wouldn't be. Oh, unsweet, bitter chocolates, some bitter things, but in all the good ways. This distillery really in the last year has absolutely captured my heart and my attention, and it's here in Alberta. I'm picking a Canadian distillery, and I'm picking Bridgeland. Bridgeland, this is their Glenbow whiskey. So this is a single malt, and it's aged in their own port-style fortified wine cask. Yes, they make port-style wine. Then they've got this Tabor corn whiskey, which I think is one of the best bourbon-style whiskeys you're going to be able to find. Just phenomenal, made with great Alberta corn. Tabor corn is some of the best eating corn ever. This wheat whiskey was a monster. I love that wheat whiskey, showing their versatility. And I'll say this one here, this Innisfil Irish, this triple distilled Irish, like, caught me by surprise, because I was like, I think that's one of my favorite Irish now. So we've done bourbon style, we've done Irish, we've got wheat, we've got single malt. And what's in my glass right now, if you didn't get it from all the burnt notes, it's this barn burner whiskey. I think this is headed to be hopefully on a few people's, does that work? List as a whiskey that should be checked out. This barn burner whiskey is phenomenal. It's a little aggressive, it's a little rough, it's got some flavors that I think some traditionalists would be like, but the reason why I picked this is a bunch of reasons. One, this. If I'm gonna go with one distillery, I still like a variety of whiskey styles. Love that these guys are doing it. I also appreciate good wood management, and I've talked to Jacques and Dan about where they go, how they get the woods that they do, the new oak cask they get built, and then they season them with their own fortified wine or their own other styles of distilled spirits, so they're playing with their casks in the right way. And they're committed to natural, non-chill, they're local, they buy local, they can talk to you about the farms they get their grains from, they work with Red Shed. They just have become for me what I'm happy to be a part of. I'm happy to be here in Alberta, excited to be talking to these guys, excited to taste their next spirit. And for those reasons and all those reasons, right now, if you're gonna restrict me from all these beautiful whiskeys, which would really, really hurt because I love them, I think these guys could carry me through and help me be excited for years to come. So what are your thoughts? What, like, down below? This is my favorite. This is why. This is what I like. This is that. Like, comment, whatever. If you're a YouTube channel, it doesn't matter who you are. Grab the conversation. Just say John challenged you, because I did. I'll call out two, and I'm going to call out another Canadian, Tyler from Seaway Whiskey Wire. Get down there in the bar and tell me, okay, you only got one distillery. Which one are you going to do? And I'm going to go back to the UK. Ash from Ash's Whiskey Wars. I'll challenge you too. You've been on the couch. You've been in various places. I'd love to hear this war come out. What distillery will you pick? So that's my thoughts, you guys. Hope it was fun for you. Let me know. Have a great weekend.